The internet has been spiraling non-stop as Stefon Diggs finds himself dragged back into another explosive controversy, one that fans believe could overshadow his career, his relationship with Cardi B, and even the peace he's been fighting to maintain since becoming a new father. What started as scattered whispers quickly erupted into a headline-dominating storm after a second man stepped forward with cryptic claims hinting at an alleged connection with Stefon. And the timing could not be worse. Cardi B just gave birth, Stefon's legal battles are already deepening, and the public is still trying to make sense of last year's allegations made by Christopher Blake Griffin. As many viewers remember, Griffin's story shook the internet earlier this year. He accused Stefon of drugging him, assaulting him, and carrying out acts that Stefon fiercely denies. That case is still active, with lawsuits and countersuits stacking up like cards in a collapsing deck. Reportedly, Stefon is aggressively fighting back, claiming Griffin's accusations are fabricated and damaging. But even with that legal fight underway, no one expected fresh allegations to surface from an entirely different man. This new individual, known online as Bivby, added gasoline to a fire that was already burning hot. According to fans dissecting his posts, he makes adult content for a living and often speaks boldly online. But what he tweeted on November 27th sent shockwaves across social media. In a now viral message, he wrote, "I used to talk to all these female rappers' current boyfriends." The subtlety wasn't fooling anyone. People immediately connected the dots, especially with the growing curiosity surrounding Cardi and Stefon's relationship. Then Bivby followed with something that pushed the conversation even further. "Hate to do this, but I will be stepping forward about certain things I've kept private." By the time he hit send, thousands of fans were already speculating that he was hinting at Stefon. Commentators claim the wording felt intentional, especially given how online narratives have already painted Stefon as someone carrying a list of complicated entanglements. But the plot thickened when an alleged screenshot surfaced showing Bivby responding to a DM from someone asking why he unsent the message about Diggs. His reply shocked everyone. "I got a briefing on who you are, and I respect your privacy. Tell your story when it's time." He added that he wouldn't mind speaking publicly, but needed clearance from his team. Immediately, people questioned why he had a team, why he needed permission, and why his message sounded like he already knew something significant. The twist dropped when fans identified the person in the DMs. Christopher Blake Griffin. Yes, the same man accusing Stefon of assault. The same man currently tied to a countersuit in a messy legal chapter that seems to grow deeper every month. Their interaction happened back in October, long before this new situation went public. That connection made fans wonder if there is more between these stories than coincidence. Observers on X began asking whether these two men are connected by similar allegations, or if this was a coordinated effort to strengthen a narrative against Stefon. Nothing has been proven in court and no official statements have been made by Bivby, but the coincidence raised eyebrows across the entire celebrity gossip world. Even casual viewers couldn't ignore how quickly these puzzle pieces lined up. To make things worse, this firestorm is unfolding while Cardi B is trying to embrace motherhood again. She welcomed her son with Stefon on November 4th, proudly shared photos of him wearing Patriots gear, and publicly praised Stefon for making her feel protected. Fans noted how peaceful, confident, and settled Cardi seemed, almost like she was entering a brand new chapter. But now that peaceful image is colliding with a fresh round of allegations targeting her partner. People also haven't forgotten Stefon's other legal woes. He is reportedly dealing with a paternity situation involving Lord Giselle, confirmed to be the father after a DNA test. He is also facing an assault lawsuit filed by his ex-girlfriend Mulan Hernandez. With so many unresolved battles happening at once, this new accusation feels like one more weight pressing down on a story that already has too many layers. Still, the most intense reactions came from fans who have watched this pattern unfold before. They say once someone opens the door to allegations, true or not, every new voice adds pressure, scrutiny, and doubt. Whether Bivby is telling the truth, chasing attention, or adding noise to Christopher Griffin's case remains unknown. But one thing is clear, this new claim has shifted the narrative again, making the public more suspicious, more divided, and more invested. And just when viewers thought the situation couldn't escalate any further, something unexpected happened. Something tied to Stefon's past behavior online, something fans noticed instantly, and something that might completely reshape the next wave of this scandal. when fans went digging, they uncovered a pattern in Stefon's social media activity that many described as too coincidental to ignore. Users posted archive screenshots showing Stefon allegedly liking, unliking, and then reliking certain creators' content, creators within the same online circles as Bivby. While there's no confirmed connection, supporters of Christopher Griffin immediately used this as fuel, arguing that these digital breadcrumbs formed a trail that matched the allegations too neatly. Others defended Stefon, suggesting that people were reading too deeply into harmless interactions, especially during a time when he might be simply scrolling through distractions while adjusting to new fatherhood. Emotions intensified when Cardi B's Thanksgiving message resurfaced. In the heartfelt post, she celebrated her family, her supporters, and the peace she finally felt after a turbulent year. She spoke lovingly about her village, her third cousins, her safe delivery, and the joy of watching her son grow. Fans described her words as glowing, grounded, and centered, but after Bivvy's statements went viral, that beautiful message took on new weight. Listeners felt as though Cardi was unknowingly writing a love letter on the same night the internet was preparing to drag her partner back into another controversy. Close watchers pointed out how the timing created a tone shift that was impossible to ignore. Just hours after celebrating gratitude and stability, Cardi's name began trending again, not because of her accomplishments or motherhood, but because the man she's linked to was suddenly the center of yet another rumor. The contrast felt jarring. It sparked debate around whether she was silently aware of something and choosing positivity, or whether she was blindsided like everyone else. Meanwhile, Bivby began teasing the possibility of going public, telling followers that he would speak when ready, adding that he wasn't afraid to tell his story in full. That comment set off a chain reaction. Thousands of people filled the replies begging him to explain, urging him to drop screenshots, or warning him not to get caught in legal crossfire. But the most dramatic responses came from users accusing him of chasing clout, intentionally stirring controversy around a woman who just had a baby, and inserting himself into a legal case he wasn't originally part of. The discourse split in real time. Some users believed his hesitation hinted at a real incident, something allegedly sensitive enough to require strategic planning. Others said his behavior felt performative, almost scripted, especially with the cryptic references to having a team. And that division created a larger question. Was this an emerging allegation or simply someone capitalizing on the attention surrounding Stefon's unresolved disputes? Things escalated even further when observers noticed Christopher Griffin liking several posts discussing Bivvy's comments. That tiny gesture set off another explosion of theories. Some argued he was signaling support from one accuser to another. Others believed he was simply acknowledging conversation around his own ongoing case. But regardless of intent, the optics fueled a belief that these two stories might not be as separate as they appeared. Behind closed doors, insiders claimed Stefon's circle was extremely frustrated by the sudden reemergence of scandals during what was supposed to be a quiet chapter in his personal life. According to those rumored close to him, the last few weeks were meant to be about bonding with his newborn, rebuilding trust, and stepping away from public drama. Now, instead of celebrating, they're elegantly strategizing damage control. At the same time, some fans argued that the digital pile-on was unfair to Cardi. As one user wrote, "She's out here expressing gratitude for her life, sharing a message of love, talking about her kids, and every time she tries to glow, somebody throws a shadow over her." That sentiment went viral, highlighting the public's growing exhaustion with scandals circling her family at times when she should be allowed peace. Yet the most unsettling part of this situation isn't the allegations, the timing, or the online chaos. It's the chilling silence from Stefon. He hasn't addressed Bivby, Christopher Griffin, or any of the speculation. And in today's hyper-connected culture, silence rarely feels neutral. It feels intentional. It feels strategic. And it feels like the calm before another storm. Because late last night, something surfaced, something fans instantly recognized as a missing piece of the puzzle, something tied directly to Stefon's past interactions, and something that could completely dismantle the drama or ignite a scandal on a level no one saw coming. More details on that are emerging fast, and the implications could change everything.